Hello and welcome to episode 15. Let's just get straight into it, shall we? Let's go. So quite a busy week for me this week. I've got a couple of interviews where I'm through to the second stage of those interviews. And someone said, "Oh, you've got to present one of your case studies," and I went, "One of my case studies? Yeah. Let me pick which one. Oh, yeah, I'll get back to you." So I've got to make a case study. Shouldn't be too bad though. I spent about a month trying to slim all my stuff down into a really streamlined portfolio. So just building it back up again and putting all the gumph back in shouldn't be too hard. See how we get on. I think the sound levels have been quite good on the last few of these, so I'm just going to leave it where it is. He can't play that.
At least you weren't orchestrated. Good evening. Welcome to the Grand House here in Crinkley Bottom. There is a marvellous atmosphere coming from my Crinkley Bottom tonight. There is. You can almost reach out.
I've had that.
Because in the village tonight we have that fine maestro of the pianissimo of the black and white thingy over there, who is going to start his nationwide tour. Mr. Dudley Moore will be entertaining us here in the Yes, he's going to be here very shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got such a fantastic show for you tonight. We've got so much happening in the house party, I can promise you we will not be able to fit it into 50 minutes of BBC TV. Join us at the other end to find out whether we do it, because we've got a Gotcha Oscar.
That's interesting, because if you check the IMDb page for this episode, it's got fuck all in it. as if it's not even worth talking about, and there's no one in it. Dudley Moore and Noel Edmonds. That's about it. So let's see how we get on.
It's wild, it's wacky, it's wonderful, it's for Duncan Goodhew. And why is Duncan whistling down the telephone to me?
Can somebody give us sort of volume on the earpiece? Because I don't know how we're doing on that.
Just do a whistle.
Okay.
That's
Me?
good. You whistle to the volume that you'd be happy in the earpiece. Okay. What's going on? What's going on? Will be revealed. And wait till I get you home. We've got living proof that if you give your children a real education, then they, in turn, will be able to make a major contribution to society. If you could invent something that would do something quite splendid and spectacular, what would you invent?
Special bomb to block teachers.
He's a thinker, is Jonathan. We'll meet him in a while. Who will come to the door? Might you get some money and grab a grand? And where will
No
NTV
comment.
go? Who knows? Last week on NTV, we met Ross and we met Joe. And you might have wondered why, when we went over to Ross, who'd been set up by Joe, that Joe, the girlfriend, suddenly screamed as we went live to Ross's house. The reason is this. The bit you didn't see, Ross was talking about NTV.
Well, what they must do, someone like, when they get a television cameras put in the telly or behind it or somewhere.
NTV. Hi, Ross. Hello there. in Whittle, in the West Midlands. Here it is. Here it is, Britain's #1 newspaper, the one that always has all the big, the big stories. And the Observer has got a big scoop this week. Well, I always wondered how.
Is
they
that supposed to be
managed
funny?
get those, stories. The paper. That was a joke. The paper is launching a Win a Million contest this week. Some lucky reader is actually going to win £1 a week for 1,000,000 years. And the story that's grabbing everyone's imagination is that the Crinkley Bottom police have at last managed to apprehend the village flasher. In his statement, he said, "I'm glad I've been caught. This thing's been hanging over my head for years." I don't know why that's funny, but it is for some reason. There's a report of
not.
The Crinkley Bottom resident who showed us all up on Mastermind. Did you see that last week when he got lost going to the chair? It really wasn't. Actually, it's time for justice. It's justice. Don't. It's justice time, because that's the bell that signifies that we are going to provide a service for somebody. The letters come in, the phone calls come in, and this letter says, I'd like to nominate a friend for the gunge tank. I believe she would be a perfect victim, as she is from Huddersfield, and she is a traffic warden, and she is 27 years old, and she has a great sense of humour, don't you, Rosie Reddington? And that's Andrea Jones.
I don't want to be rude, but she does not look 27. People, I mean, look how many chins I've got. Look how many chins I've got. And up until recently, people were telling me that I looked like I was in my early 30s. She does not look like she's in her late 20s. Maybe it's the hair. I've heard people say that you get a hairstyle at a certain age and you keep that for the rest of your life. And that's why when you see people young, they tend to have the same hair. And it's the hairstyles that make people look older and they go out of fashion and stuff. Interesting.
Rosie, your meter just expired. Fred, would you kindly take Rosie over towards...
But I mean, did you see people there in the background of that show? There was people there with a shirt and tie and a jacket on to go and sit in the audience for Noel's house party. What? Why would you dress up like you're working in a fucking bank to go and just sit in the audience of a TV show? I've been in the audience of a TV show. Just wore a t-shirt and jeans, and because it was such a huge room and we were there for so long, and it was so cold, they said, "Oh, make sure you take your jackets. Everyone take a jacket." There was people sitting there with woolly hats on because the place was so fucking cold when the lights weren't on people. So I don't know what this place was like, but like, yeah, I mean, I suppose the audience, you do see the audience a lot more on Noel's house party. It's not like one of those shows where you never see the audience or the audience are not part of it. But imagine make sure you put your tie on for Noel Edmonds. Make sure you've got your shirt ironed and done up for Noel Edmonds. What?
To make this a little bit of a duel, we thought, well, what other sector of society always raises the temperature just a little bit? And look, I've got this letter. We've been watching your show for quite a while. We thought we'd write to nominate our boss for the gunge tank. We are Tracy, Sharon and Paul, and we all work for the Inland Revenue. Now, we're not saying that this man is mean or that in any way his personality fits his job, but this is the man who sent a memo around the office on Red Nose Day saying we couldn't wear them in case it restricted the oxygen to our brain. This is the Inspector of Taxes who...
What a fucking knobhead. What a dickhead. But yeah, he has the you have a relationship with your boss that you can all go on Noel's house party together. Weird. I wonder how he gets people in the audience, whether he just sort of goes, I'll give you some tickets and you invite people and your boss is definitely going to want to go? Or do you think he sends it to the office and just sort of says, oh, as a surprise gift, you've all been invited? Or I don't know how he gets people to go, because like if someone sent me, I've been given the opportunity before to get tickets to see a TV show, and literally no one I know can be fucking bothered. Look, no one can be bothered. Oh, should we all go on the train and go to Elstree Studios in North London to see something being recorded? And people go, no, I'll just... What are you doing instead? Nothing. I have no plans. Would you want to go and do that? No, I'm not interested. So, you know, I don't know how they get the people on there really. Obviously times were a bit different. TV was more important then, wasn't it?
He wouldn't stop the bailiffs going out on Christmas Eve because he knew we could take the Christmas presents from families.
That's Elvis sitting behind him.
This man is John Pierce. John, come on. John there, we've got Rosie there, traffic warden over there, tax inspector there. But we are fair on this programme. We always give people the benefit of a defence. Let's start with the Inland Revenue. No, there's no defence at all. So if you'd like to give us a call, please, if you feel it should be the tax inspector, it's 0891 800 311. But if at last you want to get your own back on the traffic wardens, it's 0891 800 322. For goodness sake, do give us a call. And now, ladies and gentlemen, back by public acclamation and disrespect, here it is, the Lyric We are very lucky this week because we've got them up from the stable yard. We've got the crinkly bottom stable lads against the stable lasses. And just think about this. Between them, they have a host of world and European titles, Olympic medals, badminton, Burley and Hickstead trophies as well, King George V cups, and probably the odd little rosette as well. Over this side, Ginny Lang and Lucinda Green representing the lasses. And over this side, David Broom and Harvey Smith. We know they can ride. Can they sing?
Are they sports people? Are they commentators? I've got no idea. Are they just people who work with horses?
And of course, we've got to have a little horsey feel to this, so will they spot it? A four-legged friend. A four-legged friend. He'll never let you down. He's honest and faithful right up to the end. First time Harvey's been seen singing without a pint in his hand. Will they have the courage to ring for this one? Go!
The audience are doing all the fucking work, lads.
They missed out gaily. Now, they could definitely bet on this one coming up. Go!
The time will come when everyone...
What?
What?
What? And I'm going to offer it... No. That was pathetic. That was Champion the Wonder Horse, and on we go! The
I like her sort of tartan outfit there, but she does look a bit like a Satsuma. Not exactly traditional colours for tartan.
Cheating on the buzzer over here, it worked. It means the lads only got 25. The lasses have won this week with 32! Let's have an update.
Glad that was over and done with. A fucking milk toast and
When we had the great East
half-hearted.
a couple of weeks ago, 65,000 people called in to decide which of the EastEnders baddies would get it. What is it going to be? Traffic wardens or tax inspectors? Let's see how the first round of telephone voting is going at this stage.
shit. About 12,000 people have rung that already.
And I understand
It's
that
crazy.
A disproportionately large number of calls have come from Knotty Ash, from a Mr. K. Dodd, who's ringing away like that.
Ken Dodd, yeah.
Money. NTV might well come to your house, but now I'm going to go.
I said to you, didn't I?
Jonathan House, wait till I get you home. Stop. Grocer's down there having a crafty smoke. We've now got Mr. and Mrs. House here at the house, all the way from Glasgow. Roderick and Catherine. Mrs. House, welcome to my house.
Thank you.
Mr. House, nice to meet you, Roderick. And Catherine does a lot of things, some very interesting things, and she knows all about people, because one of the sort of casual jobs you do is help on the electoral roll and the census.
That's right, yes.
Yes. Your hero is Mr. Ballesteros.
That's correct.
Yeah, not Torrance?
No, it's got to be Ballesteros.
Yeah? What's your handicap?
11.
Ah, I thought you were actually going to say Jonathan, because I think he's your major handicap. Well, we didn't talk about golf. We talked about mums straight away. And about mum's talents. We're playing for a mug tree, complete with 6 mugs, because we're not mean. I said to Jonathan, what's your mum like as a cook? Did he say a group from the United Nations has been round because they think she's involved in the chemical warfare business? Or did he say not that good? Or some other complimentary thing?
Not that good then.
Not that good.
Not that good.
Well, when she burns like the mince and the chips and that, she's not really good, but my dad likes it like that.
How can you burn mince?
Oh dear, there's going to be a flick around the ear when you get home. Travel iron and clothes shaver.
That looks weak. That looks like it snapped the first time you try and put it to your face.
Trying to get to the real root of your relationship. Did he say he bought her a hanky once, but he got the size wrong? Did he say he bought her a hamburger? He's bought her dresses before now. 3 options, or a 4th could be yours.
The third one.
Third
What
one.
dresses?
Dresses. Does your dad ever buy something for your mum?
Well, usually we'd buy her like a dress and she would take it back to Marks and Spencer. She would be right back with it the next day.
Well, at least he tries.
You were putting yourself up as a real caring husband there, weren't you?
Unless he's having an affair with the woman in Marks and Spencer's, and that's why he does it.
A chamber party. You can tell me, what was your son's reply to the question, who do you think is a really important person? Did he say Neil Kinnock? Did he say Sonia? Did he say me? Did he say somebody else?
Sonia.
We'll see Neil Kinnock.
Neil Kinnock.
Neil Kinnock?
Neil Kinnock. He's an important person, is he? To whom?
John Major.
What do you think Mr. Kinnock would...
He was the leader of the Labour Party, wasn't he? Opposite. He was the
Play balls.
opposite John Major at that time.
Play bowls. You don't think you like Mr. Major's job? Hold on. You're taking us fair and square, and it would not be for me to go for the cheap Scottish jokes about mean and money and whatever. But I just wanted to know, if you're walking down the street and there was £10 on the pavement, what would be the reaction? What would Dad do? What would Dad do? Now, did Jonathan say, well, he would hand it straight in to the bookies?
It wouldn't be me to make the cheap
Or
Scottish jokes,
just
but
leave
I'm
it,
going to say it anyway,
loads of money,
which is virtually the same thing.
grab it? Or did he make another suggestion?
I think he would probably say I would grab it.
Yes,
What do you think your
so too.
husband
I think
would
you
do?
would say he would grab it.
Not that we'd do that.
No, no. Your dad was walking down the street and he saw a £10 note on the pavement. What would he do?
Grab it.
Well, why? Well, who wouldn't?
And
Keep it.
what would you do?
Keep it.
What would your mum do?
Spend it.
Well, yeah, you keep it to spend it. Spending it and keeping it, the same thing.
Forget the embarrassment. Think of the money. Think of the way the neighbours are going to look at you when you go home with the prize you've won there. Bert, the gardener gnome, is all yours. And here he is, ready to be throttled and hung up in the dungeon. Jonathan!
He does the. What's he doing nowadays? He's doing the prize afterwards. He asks a question and he goes, "Yeah, you got that right. So now you'll get a gnome," rather than the other way round.
You're in an awful lot of trouble for the sake of a £10 note.
Oh God, he's wearing a shirt by Noel. Look.
Did he say that he would like one of those little ball things that snows when you shake it? His brother would, fine. Did he say, I'd like a haircut? Did he say a video? Oh, did he say something else?
What, a video machine or just a video?
Definitely a video. Is there a toy that I could buy for you?
A video from my bedroom.
Very great pleasure. Right. Thank you very much for these, Jonathan. Thank you, Jonathan.
Oh, that was weak, wasn't it? It was all very weak and uneventful. This week is weak.
The most beautiful sound I've ever heard.
He's a proper comedian. Call him a cunt.
Fella in a cap. What do you want? Hello, Shorty. Oh, you have changed. You've suddenly got bigger. Yeah.
Can I help you?
Well, it's a lovely house, isn't it? Yes. Very nice. Wimpy architecture?
Do you mind?
Lovely.
Some of the parts of this house are over 300 years old.
Oh, really? Really?
All right.
Yeah. Well, it's bricks, obviously, from another job. Wimpy was always doing that, you know.
Was he?
Yes. Never waste anything was his motto. Back in the dark days of the 18th century. A motto, of course, that we could well use today, in the, you know, as we eke out our miserable lives.
Yes.
Yes, I'm the piano tuner, by the way.
Oh, you are the piano tuner.
Yes.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
I need the piano
Yes,
tuner
well,
because tonight the maestro, Dudley Moore, is coming.
Oh. Well, I wouldn't have it tuned on his account. It'd only put him off. Where is it?
There. That's it there.
Where?
The black.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's nice. Yes, I
Now,
like
look,
that.
I mean, do you know what you're doing? I hope you're going to be careful because this is very old. I mean, it's over 100 years old. It was left to me in the house.
It was? Oh, I'll get onto your solicitors. You should have vacant possession. I mean, they should take their rubbish with them, you know.
This is a beautiful piano. Do you play?
Yeah, well, I was a child prodigy when I was 3, yes.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, I was a bit of an early developer. After about 2 months, it was only, yeah.
Is he pissed?
I took my first steps when I was 2 months old.
You walked?
No, I fell down the stairs, actually.
Do be careful.
No, it's all right, I've never fallen
Either
off.
that or he literally just stumbled deliberately to inject some humour into this nonsense script he's been given.
The list and newt.
Lovely pub.
Yeah, excuse me. That's me.
These are your tools,
Oh, yes, me tools of the trade.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. There, we'll soon have that.
If you don't mind, I'll put your plunger down if you don't mind.
Yes.
Now look. No, come on. Do be careful.
Oh, as far as music is concerned, I am very careful. Very careful. I mean, to me, music is the gentle trilling of the heavenly choruses as they wrap their wings around them to give a warm welcome to Morpheus as he's there, like, for good night's kit, isn't it?
Let's see if I can help you. Just like so.
Oh, it's the black and white.
See, the thing is,
Do you play?
when he worked with Peter Cook being an equally great comedian and improviser, would sort of be going, yes, giving him something, giving him what's called back channel, which is not just a comedy thing, but it's like a speech thing. As you're talking, someone else is going, yes, which is a way of saying, I'm listening to you. This is all good. Keep talking. I don't want to talk. You keep talking, right? And when the comedians, that's the thing that Noel doesn't sort of understand because it's all too wooden and try and keeping to the script and stuff. Noel doesn't understand that he should really be given this back channel that is occasionally funny. Of someone like Peter Cook would be going, yes, oh, of course, yes, you know. Whereas Dudley Moore is just out on a fucking limb, looking at Edmonds' fucking stupid face as Edmonds deliberately corpses and tries to crack up to inject some humour into this nonsense, and Dudley Moore's just got to push through it, and that's why I think Dudley is pretending to mess his lines up, because he's got to do something to get the audience going, because otherwise it's just fucking rubbish.
By the way?
Well, not very well. I mean, I plink and plonk.
Oh, yeah. Well, they said down the village you were a bit of a... Yeah, that's lovely. It's very nicely intuited that. Yeah. What?
Sounds terrible to me.
Sounds terrible. No, it's just as Maestro Moore likes it, you know. It's in perfect pitch with his singing voice. As a matter of fact, he yesterday evening, he hit an A he hit an A over high C.
What does that sound like?
Yeah, I'll leave this just like this, maybe it'll hit another one.
Marriages are made in Crinkly Bottom.
Will you marry me?
Oh God, how non-committal.
Andrew, would you marry me?
Yes, of course I would swear.
Love in the air at the house party. And now, live from Crinkly Bottom to you, NTV! Now, just a bit of unfinished business talking about those people proposing last week. Our leap year special did produce a lot of inquiries as to whether or not we rather press gang the gentlemen into it. But I got 3 lovely notes from Susan and Andrew in Grantham. They were the Gunge couple, and they thank us very much indeed for a day in a million. Our pleasure. Look forward to the wedding invite as well. And from Henley and Arden in Solihull, Joe wrote to me, you saw her at the beginning of the show, saying that Ross was, once he came out of his state of shock, was over the moon about everything. And then finally, and the one that produced the most questions, was Wendy and Dave. Hello, Dave, in Attleborough. He was the reluctant fireman who eventually got round to sort of kind of saying, yes, well, all right, he said. Well, he says in this letter, thank you very much indeed, and we're hoping that we will get married very soon. So we chased that up from Crinkly Bottom this morning, and they are getting married, ladies and gentlemen, on the 3rd of July. Isn't that nice? 1997. No, it's actually 93, which I think is far too good. Anyway, where should we go with this?
It's only 3 months. It's only about 3 months after this recording. And to go from just nothing, watching Noel's house party, to having a date booked, it's quite a big deal, really. I mean, some people say, oh, we're getting married, and they send a card out, and it's next year. Put it in the diary for next year. Whereas this lot are like, no, 3 months. Edmonds has made us do it. He's chased it up as well. Like, maybe they go, oh, yeah, well, at some point, Noel, but, you know, we've got finances, got to look at savings, got to look at all this kind of stuff. And Edmonds is like, no, I want a fucking date out of you cunts.
Let's meet this week's star of NTV. Go. Hello, Brian. Brian. Hello, Brian. Hello, Brian.
How unwanted.
Hello, Brian. Cooey, it's you.
Of course, she's got a super tracksuit on.
Hello. Hello, Brian. How are you?
I'm all right, thanks.
Yeah? Yeah, well, she's off because she set you up. Now, Brian.
Hello?
Hello.
Hiya.
Welcome to BBC Television. We've got rather a lot of people watching you, so I'd like you to
Welcome
behave.
to my house.
Lovely to be there. Lovely, bit of a surprise, but
Certainly is.
you are a man of great talents, and we want to see.
No, I'm not.
Well, that's not what I've been told, Brian. We want to see.
Who said this?
We want to see the talents tonight, and I've got one on you because I've got your underpants here,
Oh,
and I'm going to get them out if you don't cooperate.
put
all
your
right?
lips through that,
They're just here.
through the hole
In
now.
case you think I'm bluffing, Brian. Just in case you think I'm bluffing, they're there.
Ah, yeah.
All right.
That's my name. Where? Yeah, where?
Yes. Okay. Enough said.
So
and also,
what?
I understand you've got a bit of a phobia about tea.
Oh, my life.
Yes. You don't like tea.
Gonna have a tea party.
Well, we've got some lovely pictures of you, Brian, which I think will help people to see the young Brian. I mean, there is Brian with his first car, I imagine. Is that your Anglia?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. And then there's Brian with Mickey,
Oh,
his
got me here, look,
budgie.
still here.
Yeah. I think we're beginning to talk hair here, Brian. Actually, aren't we? The hair has changed a little bit. There we got Mickey there. And obviously, just finally to set the seal on this, so you get the atmosphere about Brian, he's obviously the kind of guy who likes to be very quiet in people's company. You know, he never does anything outrageous. You're sitting on the coach just wanting to enjoy the journey, and what does Brian do? Well, he's the kind who always says, come on, let's have a sing-along, shall we? Come on. Now, I understand the hair is a problem, Brian.
Hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, hair today, gone tomorrow.
Is that the big problem with it?
Ah, she's the problem.
Why?
Well, I don't know. It's like
She's getting tired, Brian, of having to go to the chemist and buy this in large quantities because your hair's all coming out.
Oh, I didn't know
What?
that.
We've got some crinkly bottom hair tonics for you, if you'd be at all interested. Now, we've seen Mickey, haven't we?
He's whistling away,
Now, was that Mickey that we saw on the photograph, or was that a different Mickey?
No, this is the Mickey Mark II.
Oh, right. Did someone take the Mickey?
Yeah, he does.
Right. Tell us about Mickey, the talented Mickey.
Oh, he sings up the blues.
Yeah?
Chelsea are great. I'm just trying to get him to say it now, but he's a bit camera shy, whether it is.
No, come on. Come on. We got you from every angle, Brian.
No wonder he's not talking tonight.
Yeah, get him out, Brian.
There
The budgie. Lovely, that's Mickey. Oh, great. Now, if Barclays guests, now I wonder whether we could have a recital from. Oh, that's very nice. Mine's
It's
a
got a
half.
jug of beer.
Could we have a recital from? Oh, he's going to do the drink. Is
He's
he?
standing on the
He drinks your home
pint.
Oh, yeah. More than I do.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't seem to.
Close that back door. The cameraman's just walked in. I was going to fly out.
There, I thought the level was going up. You don't really feed your budgie on homebrew, do you?
Yeah, he's
Yeah?
drinking it now. He's starting to...
What about the Chelsea song then?
Well, we'll sing about it after Monday night.
Oh yeah, you got the cup game on Monday, haven't you? When you're going to lose to Sunderland.
Got
Yeah.
those fingernails left at the moment. It's ages since I've been that far in the FA Cup, you know, I'm not used to it. I don't think they are neither.
You got half the team up for sale.
Might as well.
Yeah. Why not?
Oh,
Dave,
Noel
let's
loves
see
a bit
for
of
this
football,
time.
isn't he? I never realised all this.
Your Irish jig, please, Brian.
I've got my friend here.
Come on. Go on, got me in. Is that the only sort of music that you enjoy?
Oh no, I like a very lot of music, yeah.
Any music that you really don't like?
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like operamatics, you know, Phantom of the Opera and all that. No.
Oh, right, okay, so opera's a bit off. And you're a Chelsea supporter. Any team you don't like? Any football team you don't really like?
Tottenham.
Tottenham, all right. Brian, it really is
You
your...
ain't got a Tottenham team here, have you?
No, we've got one better than that. We've got some opera singers
Who's
for
this
you.
up?
Spurs are on their way to Wembley. Tottenham to do it again. They can't stop them, the boys from Tottenham, the boys from White Hart Lane. Spurs are on their way to Wembley. The Kings are claiming the throne. Everybody will be singing when the Spurs go marching home. Everybody will be singing when the Spurs go marching
Brian, a last word from you, Brian?
Fuck you.
Tottenham, mate. Well, what can I say? I love them now after doing that.
Brian, thank you for having us round at your place. Brian Wade. Now, if you would...
I think they might be getting into their stride with those NTV things because it starts off just drivel because people don't believe it's happening. And then you get into it and he does a few cheap jokes about your hair's coming out and we've got some hair tonic for you and I've got a pair of your pants here and all of that. And that's a bit nonsense. But when the camera came in and we got a close up of the budgie, and then the bloke he brought in some opera singers, and it all got a bit. I don't know. Somehow that got better. You wouldn't think it would. You think that's just drivel on drivel on drivel, but it does actually get to a point where it ramps up a bit more and more and more until there's almost something there. And I wouldn't say it was worth watching, but he makes something out of nothing. Somehow, lots of different nothings all add together and make something. I don't quite know how it happens. You've got to give him some kind of credit for that.
If you would like NTV to provide a service for a friend or colleague of yours, then we'd like to know as much information as possible about them. Please don't just send us a name. We need the file on them, the fact file. NTV, room 3305, BBC Television Centre, Wood Lane, London, W127.
I'd like to see behind the scenes as well about how do they get the pants to the studio. Like if you live in Scotland or something, who's setting up the camera? Where are they doing it? And are they the same people who got, right, so we've done the camera, we put the camera behind the TV, and we've got a camera looking at the budgie cage as well. And we've set it all up so you won't notice. And while we're here, can you give us the pants? Noel needs the pants. And they courier them down to London by motorcycle courier. I go, oh, what have you got in the back of your motorcycle that you're driving down the M1 at 70 mile an hour? Oh, it's a pair of some man's pants that Noel Edmonds needs to get out of a box and go, look at this, I got your pants. I mean, is that you know, it's got to happen somehow, isn't it? It doesn't give me sleepless nights, but I do actually wonder about it, you know?
Jane, you could be starring on NTV. Let's start off on the money game and go grab a grand. Last week we set the question, how many times during the South African Grand Prix would Murray Walker say Mansell? Interesting.
100.
Tens of thousands of people wanted to take part in it. I must read this letter from Mary Elliott to Fairwater, Cumbrawn in Gwent, and hello to daughter Nicola. She said, it's now Sunday lunchtime, and I've got the Grand Prix on, and because I've had a glass of red wine, I've completely lost count of how many Mansells that Murray Walker has said. Who on earth counts them all? Well, in fact, there's a lovely lady in our office called Katie, and she counted them all, and she hates motor racing, but said it was just a gnat's better than football. So Katie came up with 80. That was
being in charge of pants.
Nigel Mansell was here in Crinkley Bottom this morning. He was. He only stayed for 7.2 seconds because he thought it was the pits. So all the correct ones are here. All the correct ones are scrolling away. And stop it there. And it's Mandy Dredge.
Well, what was the answer?
We'll have to discuss this with her. And
Fuck off, Edmonds. What? Discuss what? Your name's shit. Oh, thanks, Edmonds, you dickhead.
And I hope she's in this evening because she is one of the correct people and we could be grabbing a lot of money for her. Hello? Hello, Mandy?
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Stephen.
Sorry?
Hello?
Who else have we got here? Hello, Mandy?
Hello?
Hello? Is there someone else on the line?
Yeah, it's my boyfriend.
Your boyfriend?
Yeah, he's on upstairs.
All right. Tell him to go away. Good. Jolly good. Terrible name, Dredge, isn't it?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, you got 8.
Terrible name, Edmonds. Cunt.
I don't know.
You don't know at all?
No.
You really didn't think you were going to get this far, did you?
No, I didn't.
No, all right. Well, you've got a couple of minutes to think about the money side of it, but I'll ask you in a little while. Got a great guy to grab the money for you. Stay
You
on
better
the
have an
line,
answer,
Andy.
as we won't give it to you.
And if you would like to play along and win some money, the question is quite simple and it's linked to money.
Oh, my
because
name
Tuesday,
changed.
the
Could have said
Chancellor
that.
of the Exchequer will stand up in the House of Commons and he will make his budget speech. Now,
Then you
what I'd
pander
like
to his
know is
fucking
how
dog
long
shit.
will that speech be? From the moment he rises to the moment he sits down, how long will it be? To the nearest minute. 0891 404
28 minutes.
0891
I don't know why I'm guessing, because he doesn't fucking tell us the answers.
It was 1 hour and 44 minutes. You could win some money. Get
Oh,
going
wow.
now. The line's stay open for 2 hours after the house party. But now, this is a taxing one. The Got Your Oscar for Duncan Goodhew!
Noel's fucked me off this week. Why is he in there today? Why is he in there? Oh, because he's got the piano in the front room and in the other bit.
You said to me after the party, you'd never get.
Yeah, Noel's wound me up.
I think it was more the cheating I tried, actually.
Yeah.
The butterfly net.
But we did get you, didn't we?
Oh, terribly so, terribly so.
Right. The plot is actually simple. What we did was very complicated because we asked Duncan to take part in a British Forces broadcast talking about the swimathon. And we invited him to go along to a company where there is a remote controlled studio. It's an unusual one because the presenter has to operate everything, sound, lights, and the camera. Except what you didn't know was that we were operating the camera. It is quite a challenge.
I hope he's getting paid for it.
The challenge is made much worse by the fact that there is a British telecom engineer, me, who's up the telecom tower talking to Duncan. And also, he's wearing an earpiece, which we Mickey. We actually remove the normal part that actually hangs over the ear, so he's left with quite a simple little device like this, which of course doesn't stay in your ear at all. So here we go, the moment when Duncan Goodhew got himself a gotcha Oscar under some very, very trying circumstances indeed.
This is a very unusual television studio. It's the kind that could actually give a TV presenter nightmares, because in addition to talking to the viewer, you're responsible for setting up...
I'll be here as well.
...organising the sound, and you even have to adjust the camera. But the final part of the nightmare is even worse than that. The studio doesn't exist.
Oh, yes. That's right, thanks.
Back in the 90s, when a fucking security guard had to dress up like he was in the army, got a pair of white gloves on his shoulder.
If you could switch them off when you leave.
Yeah.
Okay? I'll have to get back to the desk.
Okay, right.
Okay?
Hello?
Are you at Trans Image?
Yeah, this is Duncan Goodhew at Trans Image, yeah.
Did you say about your picture, you're a bit bright?
Right, which, it's the shine off my head, I think that's the problem.
Don't worry about it. That's a lot better.
I do have the same problem.
Looking a lot better in relation to the bridge.
That's right.
Give us some words, fella, would you?
Okay, right, yeah. This is Duncan Goodhew here at Trans Image with a little problem with the earpiece here.
Just give us 1 to 10.
Can somebody give us a volume on the earpiece? Because I don't know how we're doing on that.
Just do a whistle.
Okay. Me?
You whistle to the volume that you'd be happy in the earpiece. Okay, I got it. All right. Still not 100% happy about the picture. You just push your pan up, the camera.
Yeah.
Try and get the camera. That's it.
Oh.
Now, you got the feel of that? Yeah, I think you've gone a bit too far. Can you,
There we go.
what about zooming in? You got the zoom control there?
Yeah.
Can you zoom in and just... I don't want you to be...
It's interesting, though, that Noel hasn't invented this concept. This is obviously a concept of something that does actually exist.
We've got over a minute now, so you get the hang of it. Did you get that? Yeah, good. All right, hang on.
Basically, he's got
Well, there's no...
a very... a more professional setup of what I'm doing here.
Is there any salad? No, you couldn't sellotape it.
Sellotape it to your head. You should have made him sellotape it to his head. Should have actually suggested that.
Okay now.
And got him to refute it.
Yeah.
I can't help you at this end with the shine.
No, I can't help that either. I haven't got my makeup kit with me.
All right. Stand by.
Thank you. Welcome back to the Steve Vizard Show, live on Channel 7 here. And Dustin Hoffman is my special guest. Dustin, we've got a great surprise for you. Bob Hoskins, who's doing a promotional tour of Germany at the moment.
Oh, it's
in our studio in Frankfurt. Right, we got the... now that's
shit,
not
what's
Bob
his name?
Hoskins. That's London.
Yes, this is London here.
Good heavens above, who's that? That's not Bob Hoskins, is it?
What's his name? Alistair?
At all. That's got to be London with
He's actually a good comedian and impressionist. It's much better than... much too good to be on this.
Who are you?
This is Duncan Goodhew here, Olympic gold medalist.
Good heavens above. This is Steve Vizard, and you're live on my show on Channel 7 in Australia, so we've managed to get ourselves...
In Channel 7. Hello, Australia. I meant to be talking to Germany, so we've got something exciting happening here.
And your picture keeps going up and down a bit, Duncan.
Yeah, I know. It's one of these really expensive studios where
Alistair
you have to
McGowan.
do everything yourself here.
Well, it's fantastic to have you on the show. And have you guys ever met before?
Yeah, we met once, didn't we? Do you remember that time we met?
Yeah, we opened at one of your. We met at one of your openings. I'm trying to remember which one it was in London.
One of your openings. It was Uranus.
No, it was one of the films.
Duncan,
it was a few years back. I'm really drifting here. Can I come back here? Hang on a sec. I've never done something like this. This is absolutely amazing.
Have you ever met Bob Hoskins, is the question that I've been asked.
Well, I've met him on one occasion, just shook his hand and say how much I enjoyed his acting and everything, and that's all.
Oh, he can hear himself.
But, he's great.
That really fucks you up.
Right, yeah, he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. I don't know where he is. He's probably out.
Hang on a second, I've just got to move over a second. Oh, moved the wrong way. There we go.
I have to do that. I literally have to do that sometimes as well.
I might as well ask you whether you've got any unfulfilled ambitions.
Well, I've been trying very, very hard to grow hair, but
Oh, fucking hell. When they play your own sound, when you play your own voice back to you, if you do that on a close enough delay, on a small enough delay, you can actually really, really affect people's reasoning and their logic in there and their the way their brain works. You can really shut people down, and they do it in like Guantanamo Bay, and when they interrogate people, they play their own voice back to them. So they're sort of like begging to see like the British consulate, or trying to say what their rank and their serial number is and their name and stuff like that, prisoners of war and stuff like that, and they're trying to say things like that, and they play their own voice back to them. They just it fucks them up, and then that's how they get inside their heads.
the Sun in Britain came out with a solution that there was a cow, I forget the name of it, I think it was called Daisy, cows are usually called Daisy, that if they licked the top of my head, it would, the hair would grow.
That's gone down a real storm here in the studio.
I think he's better value than Bob Hoskins or his wife.
And if you're ever in London again, I'll give you a swimming lesson, okay?
All right, well, I think we better close there.
Bye, everybody in Australia. Really great talking to you. And make a plunge, eh? Great.
Wow, that's...
Hello?
You done?
Well, I was just patched into the wrong show.
You tell me.
I was patched into Australia.
We ain't got that on the sheet. You should have been British Forces.
Yeah, I know. Can you have another go?
Yeah, sure. Would you mind hanging on the line?
Yeah.
Hang on the line.
Hello? Hello? I can't believe it. Oh, that was too good.
Very pleased to meet you. I'm Steve Vizardo here.
That was a real hair-raising experience.
I would have picked the phone up and said to the engineer, "It's all fucking gone. Noel Edmonds is here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Fuck me. Get rid of him."
We've got to move on, but what did you think?
I got to have some of your beer. It was fantastic. What a set.
You carried it off so well.
I didn't have a clue what was going on.
But you were so good. I mean, you went straight into it as if you were just an instant chat show guest. It was brilliant.
Yeah, he's professional.
It was
He's
just the remoteness
he's good.
Of what was going on.
Yeah.
And the thing about it was the echo on the line.
Yeah.
It was just terrific.
I think you did brilliant.
I'm going to cherish it. Anyway.
Yes, Duncan Goodhew, you're on Gotcha Oscar. Well done.
See, it's one of those ones where that could have been a really good setup, but they got someone who was actually quite adept at it and who didn't stress. It was a good setup. It just didn't come off.
Where's the piano?
The piano is over here.
Oh, it's absolutely
I do hope it's all right for you.
Wonderful.
Thank you for coming to my
lovely machine. Exquisite. Yes, lovely instrument. Gorgeous tones. All right. Absolutely. It's the wood, you see. The wood is mature, very mature wood, which has been allowed to
Mature?
Mature, thank you. For 100 years. And then, in special climatic conditions, it matures. Thank you. And it's an extraordinary sound. Wonderful wood. I mean, have you ever seen wood like that before? Ever seen wood? Yes.
It's piano.
Yes, absolutely wonderful. There we are. Now, so, what would you like to hear?
Well, do you recall that I actually made a request?
Yes, certainly, yes. But I didn't find Agadoo on my repertoire.
No?
No.
Well, anything you want.
Yes, well, maybe this will suffice.
Good.
I might need these down here, if you don't mind.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Sorry. You are in my eye line. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Well, could you clear off?
Sorry.
That was very good. I thought I'd just boost that up a little bit so we can enjoy that.
Wonderful. And Cram, to another Cram. Yes, go Cram. A Cram. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, yes.
Hello. The choice for you is
That is just gone.
shekels, 6,000 Israeli shekels. Would you like, from Iceland, krona, 150,000, or would you like to be a millionaire? Would you like 4.5 million rupees from Indonesia? Which?
Shekels.
Shekels, you're going for shekels. In fact, the shekels work out at £1,276 at the current exchange rate, and you should have gone for the rupiah from Indonesia. But a man
who is fast enough to grab an awful lot of money. He is the current holder of the world mile record, Steve Cram!
I'm confused. I thought this was grab a granny.
In you go.
Wayne Rooney would have been straight on it.
Now we've got three. That was a joke. That was a joke. We've got three questions for you. Which motorway was blocked this week with a collapsed bridge?
M4.
Yes. Which public organisation has published a charter for its users this week?
British Rail.
Yes, quite right. And who has put an electric bicycle on the market this week? No, 40 seconds. It was
Sinclair.
Sinclair, go with 40 seconds left.
Clive Sinclair. He loved strippers and having lots of wives and girlfriends. For a computer geek, he was a big knobber, like the ladies. Well, the audience are a little bit more sedate this week, aren't they? Maybe after that piano number just sort of calmed them down a bit.
Well done, he's ready to...
miles easier than that.
Yeah, it is a lot more tiring than people think. You've got to be a fit boy to do that, you know. Here we go. How to the paunch. You Steved a lot in there, Mr. Cram. So, all right, there we go. Nearly there, almost there, Mandy.
Not the best
and then
job.
I'll press the button on the... Oh, no, you're knocking them out. Oh, look, we haven't got time for all this, Steve. This is the show where we have a 1 hour show in 50 minutes. And we've got 2.5...
We've got 2 minutes left now.
2,520 shekels. What do you reckon that is at the current exchange rate, please? Can we put that up on our computer? What is that going to be? Your
Oh! Well, it's better than nothing, but not exactly the highest, is it?
Question this week. The Chancellor will be standing up on Tuesday in the House of Commons. We'd like to know how long will his budget speech be to the nearest minute, all the way from the moment he gets up to the moment he sits down. How long will it be? 0891404.
Oh, so this is what he does if he has too much time. He pads it out with that.
Have you voted? Final votes, please. In the Great Gungeon. Is it the tax inspector? I think, unfortunately. Good evening.
Good evening.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
This is the moment.
The geezer's in there already. He didn't even put him in there. He was in there. Multiple streams coming in from the sides.
And that's it. Brought the house party then. Thank you for phoning. Thank you for writing. Thank you very much for watching. Next week, Max Boyce and Ulrika Johnson get got you roasted. Also, Jimmy Tarbuck will be joining us at the house party. And you
Oh, Jimmy Tarbuck. He was a bit of an arsehole. My dad met him at the airport several times. Said he was an arsehole. Well, that was interesting because shut up. That technically was more controlled. The NTV segment was all right, but wasn't anything to write home about. The bit with Dudley Moore, it was good to watch, but I thought it was going to be funnier. I thought he might do some kind of comedy song or do a bit more with the audience, or I didn't quite get what the point of it was. I mean, other than just, being a good bit of piano music that's good to watch, but you wouldn't expect to see that on Noel's house party. And all in all, that episode was it was sort of rubbish, but it sort of wasn't. There was hardly anyone on it. There were no celebs in the gunge. The people on the music quiz, I didn't know who they were. If they were even famous. There's still no indication as to whether they're even famous. So that was a very strange episode. I wouldn't say it was shit, but it certainly wasn't good. And because it didn't ramp up at the end and he ran out of time, it seemed quite controlled, which meant that it didn't leave you with any sort of emotion. It felt like the end of This Morning or something, you know. Anyway, let's hope for a better one next time. See you later.